£15 billion warm homes plan to cut energy bills in business. Côte d'Ivoire introduces 9% VAT on fertilizer inputs. Still in business, NAIRA holds steady against dollar in midweek trading. In health, FG pushes for global standard ethics in health research. And finally in sports, ALCARAZ and SABALENKA headline day 4 at Australian Open. Now the news in full. The Nigerian police force has confirmed the abduction of more than 100 Christian worshippers in Kumin, Wali, Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State, reversing earlier doubts after the incident. In a statement issued yesterday, police spokesperson Benjamin Hondayin said initial confusion followed a security council meeting where some local representatives disputed the report, adding that earlier comments by the Kaduna State Police Commissioner were misunderstood and not a denial. The police say intelligence checks have now verified the abduction, with the Inspector General ordering the deployment of tactical units and search and rescue teams to Kajuru as security agencies intensify efforts to rescue the victims and restore calm. Moving forward, the Nigerian Shippers Council says it will strengthen regulatory efficiency and support initiatives to improve port performance nationwide. The pledge was made by the board chairman, Dr. Ibrahim Shima, following the inauguration. Shima, appointed by President Bola Tinubu, said the board will provide firm oversight, work with Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and the council management, and focus on improving trade facilitation, port efficiency and economic outcomes for shippers. Inaugurating the board, Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegbo Yega Oyetola, charged members to ensure transparency, fair pricing and cost reduction at Nigerian ports, describing effective regulation as key to boosting Nigeria's competitiveness in regional and global trade. In another news, the federal government today highlighted new tax incentives aimed at strengthening Nigeria's manufacturing sector under recently introduced tax reforms. The measures were presented at a stakeholders' engagement with the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, focusing on easing long-standing tax pressures on producers. Speaking at the event, Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, said the reforms target multiple taxation, high effective tax rates, and compliance challenges that have made locally manufactured goods less competitive than imports. He said the new laws are designed to help manufacturers compete locally, regionally, and under the African Continental Free Trade Area. The reforms expand inputs value-added tax claims, introduce reliefs and allowances, zero-rate selected agricultural inputs, and provide deduction for research and development. Manufacturers says the success of the reforms will depend on full adoption by state governments, with at least 10 states already aligned with the federal framework. Moving on, Egypt has announced the end of temporary tax exemption on foreign mobile phones. Customs and the National Telecommunication Regulatory Authority said the exemption introduced in January 2025 will end at noon on January 21st, 2026. Egyptians living abroad will still be allowed to use their personal phones tax-free for 90 days per visit, provided they register their device with authorities using a dedicated number and submit proof of identity and residence. Tourists can continue using foreign SIM cards without paying duties, but anyone wanting a local SIM must buy a tourist SIM, also valid for 90 days per stay. The government says the exemption is no longer needed because local phone production has expanded, with 15 international manufacturers producing over 20 million devices annually. A new payment system will replace customs declarations. Travelers have 90 days to pay duties through the telephony app using the phone's IMEI number. After this period, unpaid devices will be deactivated on all Egyptian network. We'll now go on a quick break. The news continues on the other side.
Hi, welcome to IDEA TV, the first innovation television. At Idea TV, we bring you cutting-edge stories, insights, and shows that redefine innovation across Africa and beyond. Get ready to upgrade your mind. Idea TV is your go-to destination for the latest trending news, cutting-edge tech, and innovative ideas that shape our future. From technology and innovations, business, health, education and agriculture, climate solutions, science and research. Stay ahead of the curve with us at Idea Television.
Number 7. Nanotechnology in medicine and electronics. When you shrink technology down to the nanoscale, you open up whole new possibilities. In medicine, researchers are exploring nanoparticles that deliver chemotherapy drugs directly to tumors, reducing side effects. MIT and Brigham and Women's Hospital have developed nanosensors that can detect cancer biomarkers in blood. In electronics, nanoscale transistors are already pushing Moore's law further, with IBM unveiling a 2-nanometer chip in 2021 that promises major gains in performance and energy efficiency. The global nanotechnology market is projected to surpass $250 billion by 2030, showing just how central this field is becoming. Number 8.
Welcome back. If you are just joining, this is Idea TV Midday News. Now the rest of the stories. Away from Africa, the UK government has unveiled a £15 billion warm homes plan aimed at helping households install solar panels, heat pumps and batteries over the next 5 years. The scheme includes grants and low-interest loans with an extra £600 million set aside for low-income families to cover the full cost of solar and battery installations. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said the plan will create a rooftop revolution, triple solar adoption, and lift 1 million people out of fuel poverty. The government estimates that a typical 3-bedroom home could save around £500 a year on energy bills, with some experts suggesting savings could exceed £1,000. The plan also extends the boiler upgrade scheme until 2029/2030 and introduces new rights for renters, requiring landlords to meet higher energy efficiency standards from 2030. The government says the move will support 1,800 new jobs, while critics warn it could increase running cost of households and rely heavily on imported technology. In business news now, Côte d'Ivoire has introduced a 9% value-added tax on fertilizer production inputs and packaging materials, ending long-standing exemption under its 2026 budget law. The measures took effect on January 17th, replacing the full exemption that lasted until the end of 2025. The government had initially proposed the standard 18% VAT, but settled for a reduced rate to soften the impact on the fertilizer sector. The country relies entirely on imported fertilizer inputs, which are blended locally into compound products by firms operating in Côte d'Ivoire. Authorities say the policy aims to boost revenue while protecting the sector through higher inputs. Costs could affect prices and fertilizer use. The challenge now is balancing tax reforms with national goals to expand fertilizer access and improve agricultural productivity. Still in business, the Nigerian NAIRA remains stable against the United States dollar, reflecting calm trading and positive market sentiment. As the official foreign exchange window, the NAIRA traded around 1,420 naira to dollar, showing little change from the previous session. In the parallel markets, the dollar exchanged between 1,480 and 1,485 naira, with traders reporting steady demand and limited speculations across major cities. Analysts say the stability is driven by the Central Bank of Nigeria's 2026 economic outlook, improved foreign exchange supply, and stronger investor confidence as economic activity gains momentum early this year. In health, the federal government has renewed its commitment to strengthening ethical oversight in health research, insisting that Nigeria must meet global standards to protect participation, and upholds scientific credibility. This was stated at the opening of the 2026 National Health Research Ethics Committee face-to-face meeting and training workshop in Abuja. Speaking at the event, the Minister of State to Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Solako, highlighted that ethical governments only gain traction after the establishment of the NHRC REC in 2005 and its empowerment under the National Health Act of 2014.